The Crude Life with host Jason Spiess.
My name is Jason Spiess, and this is the Crude Life Daily Update. On today's episode, we talk with Terry Etam. He's an energy writer for the BOE Report and the author of The End of the Fossil Fuel Insanity. In just a moment, part of our exclusive interview with Terry Etam, right here on the Crude Life Daily Update.
Jason Spiess, the most trusted voice in the Bakken.
I totally agree with you, and the word that you brought into this is fact. You tell the facts, and then you let people make up their own minds.
You want someone who's competent. You don't want to get a bunch of rookies.
Love listening to Jason Spiess on the radio, and if I miss him there, I catch him online.
Let's bring in Jason Spiess, who is a multimedia journalist in North Dakota. Jason, what's your thought on this?
No one does an interview like Jason Spiess.
Welcome back to the Crude Life Daily Update. My name is Jason Spiess. Up next, Terry Etam, energy writer for the BOE Report and the author of The End of the Fossil Fuel Insanity.
So when I wrote that article, I was heading into fall, and we were the U.S. was heading into the lowest storage levels in decades, and winter was coming. And the low storage didn't seem to faze anyone because the attitude was that, well, there's all sorts of wells that can be turned on at a moment's notice, and so we don't need a lot of storage. And U.S. gas storage capacity hasn't really grown that much. It's grown some, but not a lot. Nowhere near what consumption has grown. So the article I wrote was like, I hope people wake up and pay attention to the possible risk here. If you did have a cold winter from, say, I don't know, beginning of December right through, if you depleted supplies, what would happen? And I'm sure some people, especially now, we made it through winter and it wasn't cold for a long time, so we're okay on the storage side. But some people might look at it and go, well, see, the system works, or that was just fear-mongering or whatever. But the point still holds, and the fact that the winter was warmer, it's been colder, like you said, for now, but before, in the earlier part of the year, when demand could be really high, we made it through okay. But the danger hasn't gone away, and then these smaller events, like you mentioned here, just point out again the how close we are to like real trouble. And in Chicago, when they had that extreme cold snap a few weeks ago, there where it got so cold, it was only for a few days. There was a compressor fire somewhere outside of Chicago, and it limited the flow. And as an emergency measure, they shut down, I think, 13 auto manufacturing plants somewhere because they were just they could shut them down, and they were such big draws of natural gas. But that's how close we are to trouble. And if you think of an apartment building, even where you live there, that had its natural gas shut off for a day in conditions like this, like what would happen to the population?
To listen to the full-length interview with Terry Etam, energy writer for the BOE Report and an author of The End of the Fossil Fuel Insanity, visit thecrudelife.com. That's thecrudelife.com. Be sure to follow, subscribe, and like our social media pages. Over 350,000 followers we have at the Crude Life Media Network. Go to thecrudelife.com and click on our social media tab and subscribe today. From the staff at the Crude Life Daily Update, my name is Jason Spiess, asking you to keep calm and frack on.